Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Tesla weekly video for today. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend so far. Now, this is going to be one hell of a week. It's probably going to be one of the most important weeks in Tesla's history, or at least top 3, right? The Tesla 1010 event, the Robotaxi event, We Robot. Now, in my opinion, expectations are sky high because of the delivery report, which beat, in my opinion, slight beat what the market was expecting, although some headlines would tell you this was a small miss, depending on what numbers you're looking at, of course. And of course, the hype around robotaxis, the hype around FSD, etc., etc. I think this is the event where Tesla really needs to deliver. It cannot be another event of, look at this cool app, look at this cool demo of 30 seconds, and okay, in the next couple of years, we might have 1 million cars on the road that can drive themselves, can pick up a McDonald's order, etc., etc. I don't think that will fly today, especially not since we're talking here about an $800 billion company. I mean, Tesla stock has done basically nothing this year. Yes, it has recovered from being down 40%, but it's basically flat in 2024. In the last 3 years, for example, it's still down 3.22%. Yes, in the last 5 years, it's up 1,500% because of that huge, rally that we had 2020, 2021. But make no mistake, although most of us bulls are looking 5, 10, 20 years ahead. So yes, you can maybe say, oh, you know what? If they're late by a couple of quarters, who cares, right? And I think we're already used to that. The fact that Tesla is always late, or Elon Musk promises something, and then it's just 2-3 quarters late, or sometimes even a couple of years late, but they deliver. And that's the most important part here. They eventually deliver. So whatever will be announced during that Robotaxi event, me personally, this is my personal opinion, I hope gets launched in the next 6 to 12 months. I truly hope that's the case and not something for 2026 or 2027. Because then what's the point, right? What's the point? No point. If you're talking about Optimus and stuff like that, fine, no problem. 2026, 2027, I think that's even a bull case, right? But if we're really talking here about that Robotaxi app, FSD, etc., it better be something for the next 6 to 12 months. And if they come out with, oh, we've got one extra thing to show you, and that's the compact car or something like that, same thing. Next 6 to 12 months, preferably 6. I explain more in this video. We're also going to go over a couple of numbers from European countries, etc. So stick around for that. Hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell on, do all of that. We'll really appreciate that. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment with the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. All right, let's start off with the production and delivery numbers. They produced approximately 470,000 vehicles, delivered approximately 463,000 vehicles, and deployed 6.9 gigawatt hour of energy storage products. Of course, year over year, from the energy standpoint, that's up big. Quarter over quarter, that's down. But we know, and they've been saying that for a long time, that, it's not because one quarter it's gone up extremely quickly that the next quarter will follow the same trend. No, there is some lumpiness there because of the way they recognize things. Now, if we look at what has happened year to date, Sawyer Merritt here shows this, Tesla energy storage deployment, Q1 to Q3 2024 is already much higher than the whole of 2023. So, despite being, let's say, down quarter over quarter, I think the energy side of the business is doing quite well in 2024, and we still have another quarter left. So, a lot to be excited about. Now, with regards to the production and delivery numbers, they came in line with expectations. I'll say in line because some will say small miss, small beat, so I'll say in line. But if we look at the likes of Rivian, for example, completely missed, and even updated guidance reduced it actually because of some supply chain shortage and stuff like that. Plus, if you looked at the other companies around the globe, it's not like people are beating the estimates by 10-15% or so. No, a lot of companies are struggling right now. So yeah, Tesla meeting should not be viewed as a huge negative. It's not a huge positive either, because a lot of people were expecting way more than the number right here. I've seen some folks saying, oh, 480,000, 490, something like that. Well, no, I don't think that was realistic. China was great, but US still slow in my opinion, and Europe overall a small disaster, right? Especially countries like the UK, Germany, and France, huge countries for Tesla, as you will see in just a second. Now, in order for Tesla to match last year's total, Troy Tesla here shared that they need 514,925 sales in Q4. Now, in the past years, we know that Q4 has been their strongest quarter, but the change here, he says, Q4 is typically Tesla's strongest quarter of the year. Looking at the last 4 years, the Q4 increase over Q3 has always been higher than 11.2%, but the gains have been shrinking. So let's say this year it's 10% quarter over quarter. It will be very, very close, very, very close. So yeah, we'll see. And again, $800 billion company, $800 billion company, and you are not growing year over year. From a Wall Street perspective, yeah, you will see those headlines and which will probably hurt the stock in the short run. But we know there's more to the story. That said, I also want to see those year over year increases, right? To reach that 2030 goal of 20 million, although I don't think that will ever happen, you will need to reaccelerate that growth. How do you do that? Well, obviously, new models, refresh Model Y, Tesla, Cybertruck, Semi, stuff like that ramping up will definitely help. Moving on here, we've got 750,000 Powerwalls installed worldwide. Now you can see huge inflection point right here, 2020 through 2021. And I mean, that continues to accelerate. Moving on to Europe here, Piloli with the goods. I highly suggest you go follow him on X. So Tesla deliveries from 15 countries. This is a summary of how market share changed from Q2 to Q3 in each country. Norway has gone up, Sweden as well, Denmark is down a little bit, Netherlands have increased, Finland is up, Portugal is up, Taiwan is down 1%, Ireland is down quite a lot from 12.8% to now 3.5%, Luxembourg down a little bit, Austria up a little bit, France is actually up from 1.7% to 2.8%, Czech Republic down a little bit, Spain up, Hungary down, and Italy down as well. Now, if we go and look at the week-over-week comparison, we've seen that, I think, a couple of weeks ago as well. Week-over-week, and this is not for all European countries. This is from UK, Norway, Netherlands, Sweden, Denmark, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, Czech Republic, and Iceland. We're up 54.1% week-over-week. Now, yes, year-to-date, sales are up 12.4%. But as you can see right here from the blue line, that's Q2, we are lower. Now, looking at the big countries, Tesla Germany, not doing well at all. You can clearly see, of course, back in 2023, you had big incentives. This year, those have disappeared. And so, well, the comparison here is not great to look at. Same for the UK, although here the damage is a little bit less than in Germany. And in the UK, the Tesla Model Y was the 4th best-selling car in September. Overall, in the 9 months of 2024, the Model Y was the 9th best-selling car in the country. So, not bad, right? Not bad. Moving on to France, same story as the other two. Year over year, we are down. But the silver lining would be, silver lining, there's no silver lining, but we are already further than where we were in the whole of 2022, if that's worth something. Moving down under, same story there. We're down year over year. Maybe Stephen, Mark, Ryan should be buying a couple of cars, one for Stephen, one for Mark, and one for Ryan. Then moving on to, of course, our favorite blog poster. So He talks here about an economy of dreams. Dreams being data, robots, energy, AI, manufacturing, and space. Can the We Robot event on October 10th be a catalyst for narrative change around Tesla shares, which are still trading nearly 40% lower than all-time highs? Over 80% of Tesla's fiscal year 2024 revenues are derived from their autonomous activities. Easily 90% of incoming client questions are focused on short-term auto-related data, such as 3Q deliveries. As Tesla CEO makes further progress on building out its inference swarm, cars and robots, and AI compute infrastructure, including XAI, we believe investors will see a clearer picture of the overlapping surface area between Tesla and other parts of the economy, particularly the evolving relationship between XAI and Tesla. Now, to be honest, Tesla deserves to be down 40% from their all-time highs because one, growth rates are down, two, margins are down as well. So we shouldn't be near $1 trillion in valuation. I think we can all agree on that. Even if we take everything into consideration, FSD, robotaxi, robots, etc., etc. Okay, we can think about that, but you have to price it accordingly. You have to price it and look at Tesla today, or even Tesla in the next 6 to 12 months. And to be honest, Tesla in the next 6 to 12 months, I don't see how margins will go back to where we were at all-time highs, right? I think we can all agree on that. Yes, the future does look incredible if all of those things work out. But we also have to be realistic. Moving on here to a note by Gene Munster, he says the fact that Tesla initially dropped 6% on the September deliveries, which were essentially in line with the street, suggests there was something more concerning in the report, possibly related to inventory. I have a different view and see the results as a win for the company, given they mark a return to growth for the first time in 9 months, despite multiple headwinds. As for next year's deliveries, the timing of a new model will have a measurable impact. Beyond 2025, growth should ramp to above 20%. I agree, but it will only do so if they do announce new models, refresh models, affordable ones as well. I know some folks still think that offering a $25 car or maybe sub $30,000 car is not worth it if robotaxi becomes a thing. I will disagree each and every day on that point. Because, one, the world is not the United States. I don't think you will see robotaxis in Brazil or in Argentina or in Belgium or in Germany or in the UK anytime soon. Anytime soon. In the US, yeah, you already have Waymo and Cruise and you have folks driving FSD. In China, maybe as well. Yes, they said regulatory approved by 2025 in China and Europe, maybe. But again, if you are thinking solely about the fact that you live in the Tesla bubble on X or on YouTube, thinking about the fact that everybody cares so much about robotaxis, you are not talking to real humans. Let me put it like that. Me personally, I want to own my car. Me personally, I will not rent out my car. That's me personally. Unless they can promise me that if somebody pukes in it, if they damage it, if they steal something, they will compensate 100% of it all. If not, forget about it. That's just me personally. So yes, I want a cheap model, an affordable model, a model for the masses. That's just me. Then we have Dine Knives here from Wedbush with a 12-month price target of $300. He said, next Thursday, October 10th, Tesla will be hosting its long-awaited We Robot robotaxi event after the market at the Warner Brothers movie studios in Los Angeles, which we will be attending live for this historic event. We believe Robotaxi Day will be a seminal and historical day for Musk and Tesla and marks a new chapter of growth around autonomous, FSD, and AI future at Tesla. We continue to believe Tesla is the most undervalued AI name in the market, and we expect Musk & Co. to unveil some game-changing autonomous technology at this event next week. Which brings me to my last point. And my last point is, again, my expectations on that event. We also have here a tweet by Elon Musk. FSD will soon exceed 10,000 miles between critical interventions, which is a year of driving for most people. Again, back these statements with some data, right? What does this mean? FSD will soon exceed 10,000 miles between critical interventions. What are critical interventions? And of course, what the heck is soon? Next 2 weeks? Next 2 months? Next 2 quarters? What is it? We need way more data with regards to FSD. What's the take rate? Why are we never talking about that? Now, it's a robotaxi event. Perfect opportunity to mention take rate. Unless the take rate is extremely low, then yeah, I can understand why you do not want to mention the take rate. Then, critical interventions. Define that, please. Miles per intervention. Please show us some data there as well. Perfect opportunity, right? All of that I want to see during that event. Not some, again, corporate talk, or should I maybe categorize this as Elon Musk talk, right? Talking about future stuff, things that don't exist right now, things that sound nice, but actually doesn't really answer any big questions that we have today. We've seen that in plenty of earnings calls, right? Where it just starts off with something and then poof, wanders off in the Elon world. No, I want to see real world data. Of course, we're going to see, in my opinion, a real demo. Some will say, oh, it's geofence, etc., etc. To be honest, I don't care. Geofence or not, show me and show the world what you can actually do. Despite already thousands of videos online of FSD working, of people in parking lots calling their cars, and their cars come to them without a driver. That's already mind-blowing for most folks. So voila, that's basically it. If you say something, please back it up with some data and provide us with data on stuff that you've talked about before, but you never actually shared publicly. Would be greatly appreciated. And so to conclude, Tesla stock right now is at a point where we've been actually back in mid-July, got a big rejection there, went all the way back under $200. Now, some might say that since here, December 2023, we've seen a cup and handle pattern, and now we're on our way up. Some other folks will tell me that, oh, actually right now we're in the cup, we're waiting for the handle, and then we might go up. Okay? Could be, I don't know. Technical analysis has never been my thing. It does help sometimes with some support lines, etc., etc. But if you're a technical genius, please comment down below. All in all, I've set my expectations for the event. I've set my expectations for the earnings report. I think I'm pretty realistic. And to be honest, I would not be shocked if the stock drops unless something insane happens during that event. That's just my opinion. But let's not forget, this is an $800 billion company. The times of having fun and not being serious about some stuff is long, long gone. That's all I've got to say. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.